Hi yogis, welcome. Today we'll be practicing some yin yoga to get ready to have a better sleep. Who doesn't like to have a deep sleep with a relaxed body, open muscles, and feeling so relaxed? So we'll be holding each pose for 3 to 5 minutes. Some will be held for 3 minutes and others will be held for 5 minutes. If you're a beginner, you can start holding the position for 2 minutes maybe, and then relax back off, and then come back again with us, back and forth until we finish, or you can just relax and wait. But I rather recommend that you back off a little bit and then you come back. With time, you'll start be able to build the practice. If you had any recent injury, please do consult your physician. Or if you have any chronic conditions, please do consult your physician as well. You might need blocks for today as a prop. If you don't have any block, it's okay. You can use a hard cushion, you can use a book, a sturdy book, or anything that will help you. So we'll be starting today with our deer pose. I'm having the clock beside me, but before we start on the clock, I'll explain the pose to you. So first, our right leg will be in 90 degrees angle in front of the mat, and our left leg will be at the same 90 degrees and in front. You can stay in here in deer pose. So let's start. We're staying here for 3 minutes. Start. You can stay for the first couple of breaths, finding just the right position. Your knee is pressing to the floor. You're sitting nice and tall. You're breathing. You're disconnecting. Close your eyes and set your intention here. Start to deepen your breath. So the body is cold, and that's why we have to respect and not go as deep as we can from the first minute we're holding it. So go slow, be gentle, be patient, and always remember whatever you do today will affect you now and tomorrow. So think before you go deeper. Will that feel good tomorrow? Does that feel good now in the first place? Now slowly start to walk the hands to the front of the mat. You're hinging halfway. You're lengthening your back. Feel the difference. Ask yourself if this feels good. You can keep a soft gaze in your eyes, or you can just keep them closed. Just focus inside and shift your awareness all the way to your body, to what you feel. Now slowly come down all the way to the forearms. You can bring a block or book or whatever to help yourself to hold your head up, just to relax your neck, or you can even stay without it, so it's just fine. You can stay that way. Now bend your hands, your elbows, and pat your head under your hands. Sorry, on top of your hands. And now slowly come up all the way back and lengthen your spine. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, walk your hands all the way to the right side. Keep your legs where they are the same. Just turn your chest all the way to the right side of the room in a twisted deer. Stay nice and tall. We're not going to go down nor deeper. So we're staying here. Relax your jaw. Maybe have a nice smile. Keep breathing. If you have a book or a block, you can just lift the floor up. If you like. Flexing both of your feet, front and back. Lengthening with the spine. Feeling the asana on you. How does it make you feel? Take a deep inhale now through the nose. Exhale slowly, slowly. Come up all the way. And now let's bring our left leg on top of the right in a double seated pigeon pose. Flexing both of your feet. Sit nice and tall, and we'll hold this for 5 minutes. Sitting nice and tall here. So if your knee is lifting, you can have a book, a blanket, a pillow, a block, and just relax here. So this feels great. That's wonderful. If it does not feel great, you can just go to cross-legged easy position, or what we call square in yoga, or stay with the block variation. Even on the square position or the cross-legged one we know, you can have the block under your sit bones and let the gravity pull your knees down, opening your inner thighs, releasing all the tension there. So slowly, slowly start to hinge halfway and extend your hands in front of you, opening the chest here. Flexing your feet. Sometimes to focus on your breath or on an object will help you to get inward and shift your awareness inside your body. Calm your mind and meditate. You were working with the outer hips, so just feel what will happen if you go deeper, maybe on your forearms. Always remember, you can use a block to support your head and relax. Notice the difference between your top and your bottom leg, the outer hips. Are you grounded? Ask yourself, is my sit bones both on the floor, touching the mat, or am I tending to shift on one way, on one side? My weight is shifting. Are my both feet flexed? Now slowly taking your time, come up all the way, stay here. We're just releasing slow. Come back and slowly release your leg, place your left leg to the top of the mat, 90 degree, and take your right leg all the way to the back of the mat. Flexing both of your feet, 90 degrees, adjusting yourself in here. We're going to stay nice and tall in deer pose for 3 minutes. So press your right hip all the way down to the floor, and as well as your left knee and right knee are pressing down. Flexing both of your feet. Maybe start to hinge forwards, lean forward a little bit, in a folding deer. And notice, is your hip lifting up or are you pressing down? You don't have to fold all the way. Or you can just support your head if you like. Now, if you're folding halfway or all the way, start to walk yourself back and stay in lifted deer, just the normal deer. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, I want you to just twist and come all the way to the left side of the room into a twisted deer. Notice the difference here in your body. So if you have my problem of not supporting both knees, you need to help that. I don't know. If we put this that way and this way, yeah, it'll be better. Okay. So always remember to pad your joints. To help supporting. So here we are lifting the hip a little bit, so try to level both of your hips without lifting the front leg. So we're pressing down to the floor. That's what we're trying to do. It doesn't have to be there, but that's what we're trying to do with a nice gentle twist. Even our twist is not so deep. Remember, you can use the blocks to lift your hands. Lengthen your spine. The rotation is done from your midsection. And now slowly, slowly, with your breath, come back all the way facing forward. And bring your right leg on top of your left in the double seated pigeon pose, flexing both of your feet, sorry. You can have the block, as we mentioned, in front just for support, or you can just stay up or without a block. So let's stay here for a couple of breaths before we start folding in. As I've mentioned earlier, if you feel this is uncomfortable or your knee is lifting high, all you have to do is use a block between your knees and ankle, just the knee and ankle, just for support. Sometimes one side is more open than the other. So if this is the case with you, please do use a blanket, a block, a book, whatever to support the knee, the lifted knee. Otherwise, you can just go to cross-legged or a square position, or maybe you can sit on a block and if still the knees are lifting up, you can just sit on a block and help yourself. Now you can ease into the pose and go deeper by folding halfway or all the way.
Always be mindful and aware. Don't rush. Learn your body by observing how it reacts in different asanas. So if you don't have blocks or books or anything around, you can even use your fists. So just stack your fist and support your head. That's another option.
Now slowly, slowly start to lift yourself up to just an upright, double-seated position, double-seated pigeon. Take a deep inhale, release your legs, not foot distance apart, and just windshield them from side to side. Now take your legs all the way to the back of the mat and tuck your toes and walk your hands so as if you're going to child's pose, but our hips are high in a melting heart pose. You can always use a block. We'll stay here for 5 minutes. So you can always use a block here to support your forehead, or you can just bend your elbows if that's a strain on your shoulders. So we're stretching the shoulders. Your hips are on top of your knees. You can tuck them on top. You can extend the hands and forehead down, bringing the chest closer to the ground. That's more stretch. Maybe your chin is sitting up, or maybe your forehead's lying down.
But we're holding this for 5 minutes. So you can just start with the elbows bent. And you can support your head, or if you feel that you can keep it, that's fine. So your legs are hip distance apart. Your sit bones are on top of your knees. Your hands could be extended, head, shoulders away, forehead down, or supported. Always remember, inhales are for lengthening and exhales are for deepening. Slowly. Now slowly walk your hands back and sit in child's pose. You bring the hands back to your heels.
And now we're going to frog pose. So frog pose is a deep hip opener. We're going to open the knees wider than the hips, and we're going to come on our forearms, shifting the hips in line with the knees. We can stay here, or maybe opening the knees 90 degrees and start to open the hips. And let the gravity do the work, flexing our feet together. So we'll stay here for 5 minutes, sorry. Make sure that your sit bones are in line with your knees. You can support your head. If you feel this is too much for a beginning, you can just stay up and then release. Don't go deep from the beginning. Always remember to listen to your body. If you go deep from the beginning, you might injure yourself and you'll feel it tomorrow. That might stop you from exercising for a couple of days. Weigh things before you just proceed. So put your ego outside your exercise and just be patient. Listen to yourself. Be consistent, and exercise every day is better than exercising once in 10 days, right? It will give you more results and better results. I always think of it that way. If I take care of my body, it will give me better results. But if I force my body to do things it's not ready for, then I have to pay the price by listening to my body and do what my body wants. So it's better to be cautious, mindful, and aware. So here you are not on the knee, you are on the cheeks of your knees. If you still find this is uncomfortable, like I felt the deer pose was uncomfortable, the bone of my ankle was on the floor and it's a hard floor, you can do is just pad by having a blanket, or yeah, that's good, a blanket, I guess, nothing else. A thin piece of a mat or something, you can turn your mat and come forward, have another mat. But let the gravity do its work and open and relax. Even your chest, you don't have to sink all the way. You can bring your forearms on top of a block and that will lift you up a little bit. Here we're working with the Gallbladder Meridian. And now to get out of this pose will take a little bit of time. So first bring your heels closer by lifting your hips little by little and stay here. So we're not yet going out of it, but just try try to bring your body together towards the midline, big toe touching, and maybe a little bit more. So lifting it up, and then a little bit more, and sit back in child's pose. Just relax here. Come up all the way and sit on your sit bones. Nice. Now I want you to bring the right leg in and take it out. Left leg in and take it out. So right leg in, left leg in. Just like a windshield. Now open your legs and try to take them more in and more out, like similar to the deer pose we had, but with a straight back, with straight facing forward, not the side. Okay. Keep your blocks away from you. Now we will start and go into banana pose. Well, they call it banana nasana, but I like to call it crescent pose because yin yoga is more into moon phase. So before we talk about it, first I want you to lie down on your back. Take your legs, your feet towards the top left side of the mat and your hips to the right side of the mat. As for your upper body, all the way to the left side of the mat. You can stay here, or you can just place your hands behind your head and release them. You can bring your right ankle on top of the left and stay here. Or maybe you can extend the hands and start to stretch. This is Vanasana. So if someone is looking at you from the top, they will see you as a crescent or like a banana. Let's get started. We'll be holding this for 5 minutes. If your hands start feeling numb, lower them down all the way by your side. This is a complete stretch to your body, to the side body, all the way from the hands, arms, to your side muscles here, all the way it's being stretched. This pose works on the gallbladder meridian. There are 12 meridians in our body, and they're connected by pathways where the energy flows. So here, this pose is connected to the gallbladder and the meridian, urinary tract meridian. If you're lifting your hands up overhead, then you're including your lung and heart meridian as well. So here, what is a meridian? It's transferring the energy, the prana in your body. So we're working here to balance those meridians. And now slowly start to come back to lying flat on the ground and bring your knees to the chest. Maybe you can rock from side to side. Or you can make circles with your knees. Just massaging here. Other side. Now we go to the other side. So, taking your legs all the way to the right side of the mat, your sit bones to the left, and your upper body to the right. We'll start the timer. 5 minutes here. Extend the arms overhead and bring the legs and stretch. Close your eyes, just relax. So having a blocked meridian can cause, generally speaking, fatigue, joint pain, muscle pain, anxiety, depression, problems in your bowel movement. So, like for example, and some of the meridians are yin and the others are yang. So it depends if the organ itself is solid from the inside and it stores the energy, then it will be considered a yin. Like the heart, solid and stores the energy. And the gallbladder is considered a yang because it's hollow and it distributes the energy. It transmits the energy. So That's the difference. It's a wide topic that we can talk about each time we practice. It's a wide topic that we can talk about. The gallbladder meridian is what goes all over to the side of the body. You can have, I think, I'm not sure of it, but I remember I read it, it's 40 points over the body, like there are ears, and the skull, on the side of the body, all over, because it transmits the energy. That's its function. And they're even classified by season. Kidney for winter, and gallbladder for spring. And they have elements. Gallbladder is wood, some is water, and so on. So if your hands feel numb, please bring them slowly to cactus position, and then bring the higher side. That's a solution to avoid the numbness in your hands. Otherwise, we're staying here for another 30 more seconds. Be with me and keep breathing. Let's take a deep inhale. Start to bring the knees all the way up to the ceiling, heels to the floor. Stay here. Adjust yourself. And bring the knees to the chest. Lift your head. Hug yourself. And go back and forth. So back and forth. Back and forth. Massaging the back a couple of times. Now this time, come on all four position. Take an inhale. Let's have a cow position. Exhale, round it into cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to neutral spine. On your next inhale, bring your right leg all the way forward and take your left leg back. Now here you can stay up. You can support your right hip with a block or a pillow or whatever you have at home. The front knee does not have to be 90 degrees. It could be 90 degrees or it could be less than 90 degrees. So if it's 90 degrees, please do flex the toes. Otherwise, it's okay. Feel free to bring it in. Relax. We'll be staying here for 5 minutes. So please be mindful and don't go deep quickly. Stay here, maybe. Make sure you're relaxed. And then take your leg back. Just find your position. Maybe sway from side to side. Then you can walk your hands all the way to the top. You can stay on your forearms or lower down. You can have a block, as I mentioned, under your right hip to support it or under the head.
Staying here for 5 minutes. Time passes quickly with yoga. Saying and talking about time. Time is fixed. It's our feelings and our emotions that make us feel the time is long, the day is long or short. So if you look back at yourself in your life, the days you're happy, you feel them quick. The days you're busy, you feel them quick. The days when you're under pressure and that you have to assign, submit your work, you find them they're quick, you're running out of time. And days when you're sad and gloomy, you find that the time is not even going and passing by. Time is fixed. The day is 24 hours. So it's us who sees it differently. It's us who perceive things differently. Setting your focus on a point, knowing that happiness will never last or pain will never last. Understanding that these are just feelings and they're equal will make everything balanced. You can stay in swan or in sleeping swan. Keep breathing and never hold your breath. And send your breath to your hips, to your outer hips,
to your hip flexors.
And always listen to your body and adjust the movement. So you can move the body, like if you're not comfortable by having it down all the way, you can just lift up and come. Just feel free to adjust.
And now slowly, if you're in a sleeping swan, come up all the way, sitting on your right sit bone. Bring your left leg all the way to the front of the mat. And then let's switch. So left leg to the front and right leg to the back. Maybe I forgot to mention, if you cannot do the sleeping swan or the swan, you can do as an alternative the thread needle pigeon pose. So if you feel that was uncomfortable for you and you couldn't hold it enough and you kept on moving out of it, you can just try having the thread and needle pigeon by staying here as an option, or maybe here holding the back of your thighs or maybe the front of your shins. So this is an alternative and option, especially if you have a knee injury. That way you can protect yourself and still have the same feeling in your body. Or you can use a wall for that. Let's do the other side. And then we'll move on. So first, we settle down, we adjust. No need to rush, no need to hurry. Maybe you lift up and down, maybe you turn from side to side. And then slowly, slowly find the spot that makes the juicy spot, that's the delicious spot where you can sit here and enjoy the stretch. Remember to flex your left leg, flex your toes. And if you feel your hips are lifting and they're not leveled, always place a block underneath or a pillow or whatever to lift and assist you. You can even use a pillow under your hips all the way to support both hips, and you can, just the way we do in restorative, although we're holding it for a shorter time, but this, if it makes you comfortable, you can just go ahead and do it. That's what makes you relax, and this is your practice. It's uniquely done for you. Listen to your body. Maybe you can support your chest, even if you have 2 blocks or more, you can support the chest and stay all the way down. That's another option. Finding stillness. Maybe you can lie, put your head on one side and then switch to the other. You can put your hands in a prayer position. Many options. You are the one who chooses what to do and what not to do. I have plenty of blocks. now slowly, slowly start to lift yourself weight up. You're in folding swan. Shift the weight all the way to the left side. And both legs together to the top of the mat. Put your blocks on the side, and now we are going to twist pose. So, folding down, lying down on our back, take an inhale, cross your legs, take your hips to the right side, and then slowly, slowly start to lower your knees all the way to the left. Shoulders to the floor. You can have your hands in a cactus position or in a T position. We stay on the clock here for 5 minutes. You can have the cross in a seated position. You can have it in an easy twist, which you don't need to have this cross in the legs. In any variation you feel like. Always remember, after yin class, you need to hydrate, you need to drink water. So please do drink a glass of water, go to the washroom, just to release all the toxins out of your body. slowly start to bring your knees all the way to your chest, relaxing, unwinding, and hugging your knees maybe to your chest, or keeping them in line and doing circles. Switch the circle. And now bring your leg on top of the right. You can just cross or just keep them loose. Take your hips to the left and start to lower down to the right. We're on the clock. 5 more minutes. Shift your gaze to the other side of the room, the opposite side of your legs. So your legs are to the right and you're gazing to the left. It's better to close your eyes here and count your breath. Try to find your stillness. This is the last asana for today. After this, we'll go to Shavasana. So just relax and enjoy. Your spinal twist on the other side. As I've mentioned earlier, if you don't want to cross your legs, you can just take them into easy twist, both legs stacked on top of each other, or maybe you can cross as we did, or find any other variation you feel like. Just make sure the shoulders, both of them, are firmly rooted to the floor, to the mat. You can gaze upward or to the opposite direction. Hands could be overhead, or could be in a T position, or in a cactus position. Notice the difference between both sides. To make the proper adjustments you need. To make you 10% more comfortable. And it's okay if it doesn't feel well. You can back off a little bit. It's equal to going forwards a little bit, so just find what makes you comfortable. Don't judge yourself and don't be hard on yourself. Now bring the soles of your feet all the way to the mat, with your knees pointing up to the ceiling. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Now relax your legs by extending them wider than your hips, wide apart. Your feet are falling out to the side, your shoulders away from your ears, and your palms are facing the sky. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Relax your jaw. Relax your neck. Try not to take it all the way back. If you feel it's dropping all the way back, you can just support it with a blanket. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Relax your back. You don't have to push it all the way down. Your shoulder blades will touch. There will be an arch. If you feel that your lower back is hurting, or you're in pain, or at discomfort or dis-ease, all you have to do is support your knees with blocks, or lift them maybe up on a chair. If you can place a block under the knees, blocks under each knee, and then you will have more support to the lower back. Keep your eyes closed and your body heavy and relaxed. Feel your legs turning outside, dropping heavy and melting into the ground. You're rooted, you're grounded, you're supported, you're secure here, you're safe. Now we'll start with a couple of breathing. I want you to inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold it there at the top of your nose. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Exhale for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, hold. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it here for 4, for 3, Exhale for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Hold. Inhale for 4, last cycle. For 3, for 2, for 1, and hold. Exhale out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And normal breathing. You can stay here as long as you feel comfortable and relaxed. And if you like to go and continue your Shavasana and then in bed, please bring your knees all the way to your chest. Hug yourself and roll to the right side of your body. Forehead down, knees close to the chest, wrapping around yourself, hugging yourself, embracing yourself. Take a deep inhale, exhale out there. Keeping your eyes closed, press up all the way to cross-legged seated position. Sit nice and tall. Imagine your shoulders are stacked on top of your hips. Imagine your body is in a straight line from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. So you're not forwards and your chest is not open and not rounding. You're just lengthening up. And there's a big column that passes through your body and connects your crown of the head to the ground through the base of the spine. Bring the palms together to the heart. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bow the head down and open the eyes. Inhale, circle the energy up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, one more. Circle energy up overhead. Exhale. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this practice and you were able to release your muscles. Thank you. See you again. Be well. Be safe, yogis. See you. Bye. Namaste.